Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Now, dungeon leveling is in a very interesting spot because something very unique happened yesterday. They reopened the general chat, and for the first 5 minutes, you were not able to read anything in that chat ever. It was just like bing, 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 right? There were some interesting sub-announcements to make, or at least they did some interesting sub-announcements that we're gonna go over in just a second, but suddenly there's a whole new team. So it's not Lenin World or Lenin or whatever that was happened. That we're gonna I'm gonna explain that to you in just a second. I'm gonna pull everything up. We're gonna go through it. We're gonna take a look at it. Now, on the first view, to be honest, to see what's going on and stuff, it looks quite interesting that they have plans for the game and for the future of dungeon leveling. It did take a really big strain on the entire thing because yesterday, for the first time ever, dungeon leveling only had about 700 concurrent players. That is really, really bad. It seems like that many people have left. None of the same staff is in there as before. They were all banned. And yeah, let's go and talk about it. Okay, so yesterday we got, I'm just gonna quickly switch a few things around here. We're gonna do it this way, 1 second, and we're gonna go and take my cam. We're gonna go all the way over here, and let's read the words of the new owners of dungeon leveling. Now, there's been a few talks in the underground. I don't know if this is not proven or anything, but people have been reporting that the new owners already are making their own friends very rich inside of the game by giving out more than tens and tens of millions of gold. I don't know if that is true. I don't have any proof of that, so this is just a theory as of now, so I cannot verify that this is the truth. So, we're gonna go up here, and yesterday it started off with big announcement. Thank you to everyone, to our community for standing strong with us. I mean, it's kind of funky that they already call it our community because they barely have even scratched the surface of doing anything for the game, and they're already calling it our huge community, blah blah blah. We had a few bumps with the game's ownership, but the good news is it's all fixed and we're back and stronger than ever. Still a little strange. And that's not all. A major update is dropping soon. Brand new maps, tons of new items, even more surprises waiting for you. Also a little weird, gotta be honest. Before all of this happened, Kemuro said that he wanted to do a rework of the mage, which was highly essential. Same goes for the archer, really, really important. So, instead of new maps, which we don't necessarily need now, tons of new items, sure, I can go with that. I think that's not a bad idea. And even more surprises. Get ready, this is going to be our biggest update yet. I mean, one thing is really important is that the players are not stupid. The community isn't stupid. We all know that something is going on, right? We all know that something weird has been going in the past. There's some more explanations to that, but it's all very strange, to say the least. At least for me. And most of the people that I talk to with as well. We're all watching it very carefully to see what's happening and how this is developing. So, channels will be opened up shortly. Give us some time to recover everything. Still strange? We're planning to give back to the community 500 reactions to this message and we'll arrange something. Maybe a discount on rubies? Item giveaways or so on. We'll figure something out. Okay. Then the first big hitter, which I thought was the most interesting one, because when I was reading the documents, it stated that they wanted to heavily imply pay-to-win aspects to the game. And if we talk about this here, maybe a discount on rubies? That already screams to me that they are already having plans on making money off the game. Maybe not monetizing it in that regard, because the ruby buying was already in the game, right? But yeah, the game is not becoming pay-to-win. That is an interesting take, I gotta be honest. That it really is an interesting take to this whole thing. So if they keep that going, I don't mind it. And here's the story now. We're gonna talk about it. Kemuro attempted to sell the project to a scammer, which I uncovered, and I myself alone, if you guys remember, I was the first one reporting on it, to a guy called Len/Lenin World. He then sold the group instantly off to some actual devs for cheap, which is weird. So here's something that I think is a little weird. If it is actually going after the documents that we all uncovered, right? In the end, that Kemuro was sharing, he said he sold it for $120,000, which is still a little, I don't know, it's a little hard to believe, to say the least. Then he sold the group instantly to some actual developers for cheap. I mean, just as a business thought, this makes no sense. Why would you buy it for 120,000 US dollars apparently and then sell it off to some developers for cheap? So I think this sentence here is not the truth. I don't think that this is how it happens. I don't think this is what happened at all. Either this is still the same group of Lennon, because Lennon was talking in that group of that he actually has a team of full developers. So I'm pretty sure that this might still be his, or whoever bought it, if it even was, if there even is a Lennon world out there that is an actual person, because we don't know. I mean, everybody can just use some sort of a Discord and then just, you know. So yeah, I'm not really entirely sure if that sentence is the truth. They came to us saying that they didn't want to be involved in the drama, so we have taken over. Also doesn't seem like the truth. Still weird. Okay, I mean, I did talk to Carson yesterday, which is the admin of the game now, and I welcomed him basically to the community, and I've also told him that I'd be interested in still working with them, making videos. He said that they now more than ever need people to make videos on it. I don't know, starting this whole thing with this is the right way to do it. I think something is still pretty off here. Kemuro still believes that he got scammed, and that he says that these are still the scammers. That's what he said. That's the screenshot that I've seen from Kemuro, so don't know. I mean, but honestly, if Kemuro is so stupid and lets himself get scammed like that, then he deserves to get scammed. You know, sometimes people tell me, "Hey Tyler, I was scammed. I was scammed in my last thing," and then I said, "How did it happen?" "Yeah, I gave my account to somebody for them to level me," or something like that. If you are this stupid, then you deserve to be scammed. And if Kemuro really not using any part of his brain and just gives ownership away because he wants to make a quick buck via cryptocurrency, then he deserves to get scammed. This is my take on this. If you really don't give a damn about your entire community and you give away the account holder to somebody that is a potential scammer, then you're stupid. You're stupid and you deserve to get scammed. So there's zero tolerance from my side towards Kemuro. He has never cared about the community. He never did. He banned his entire staff team because he said he was scammed. What? No. No. So I am not on the side of Kemuro here. I never was. I thought he was a strange guy. He wiped the game 3 times. He never cared about the community. He never even did a little bit of a time. He's a good developer. He made a good functioning game. Yes. And one of his previous games that I checked out, I forgot the name now, he's a good developer. He definitely knows what he's doing, okay? But does he care about the community? No, he cares about money. And if he got scammed over money, then I'm very, very, very sure that he really deserves to get that. That is my take on this. That's how I believe. So I'm siding with these guys now, you know? If they are smart enough to steal a game from him because he was greedy over money, let's go and do it. I hope that these guys are going to do something good with it. Okay, so right, I hope this clears up. Feel free. This is another weird one though. I hope this clears things up. Feel free to tell Kemuro to add me and we can discuss plans for the future. So what I believe is, if they are the scammers, they always wanted him. Lennon always wanted Kemuro in the team. That's what he said. And Kemuro declined in the documents. And they're still trying again. That's why I still believe it's the same people. But it doesn't really matter. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. In regards to development side of things, we have top-level developers ready. That is the same language that Lennon used in the documents. So, interesting. We plan to do major changes. UI update will be more high quality and clean. I don't think the game needs that. Honestly, I think the game is fine with the UI that they got. I remember that Kemuro was talking about it, that he wanted to do a UI change. He told me this in private DMs. That's what still makes me think he might still be part of it or something. I don't know. We'll see. Map update. We are already working on new models for the map. Well, I think the lobby could have an overview. I mean, they could refresh the whole thing. It kind of makes sense a little bit. I'm a little tired of that map on its own. But is it necessary? No. What they need is a mage rework and an archer rework. That's like what the game needs instead of all of these changes here. And items. New items are also being modeled and animated as we're speaking. I think the game already had a pretty good stack up for specific items, because the game is already going up to cursed, so I don't know what they really want to do. Do they want to just like delete the old models and just replace it with them? Don't know. Here it says, we are ready, or we are here to work with the community. Let Carson and Devi know if you have any ideas. I like that. Gotta be honest, I like that. Working with the community is probably the best thing, because they have to gain trust with their community back. After something this weird, as how these things happen with the entire switch over to, you know, the ownership and scamming accusations and hacking accusations and all of that kind of crazy stuff. They have to really earn back the trust of the community. What they really have to do is they have to go out there and they have to show that they are worthy of being the new owners of the game. Because one thing I do give Kemuro, he did listen to the community when it comes to like issues. He actually implemented a code so he can immediately teleport to the people having an issue or a bug. He was really having sleepless nights on working on the game, so you have to give that to Kemuro. It's true. So I've seen it unfold. Every time I had an issue, he was always instantly there. So that is something that I do like about Kemuro. So they have to do the exact same thing, okay? Also, we're going to be sorting out order in the Discord. We will getting new staff soon. We love you, keep leveling. That is what I think is really sad, because they should have gotten the old stuff, at least some of them. You know, Arthas, for example, he was very active and he wasn't as lazy as Kemuro stated in the documents. He wasn't as lazy. Same goes for, I also really liked Clocky and, you know, all of the other guys in there. I mean, I think they've done quite well. But still, well, we'll see what happens in the next coming up days. I'm really interested in what's going to happen. I really hope that they are not going to wipe again, because if they wipe, because people are talking about it, if they wipe, I will be done. I will switch over to Dungeon Lootify. I've already made the jump, so dungeon leveling is not my main focus anymore. Although I did yesterday get another mythic, which is really cool. I have some nice content on that as well, and also got this lucky room plus 400 luck. But still, you know, in the end, I think, yeah, it would be a downfall if they would wipe the game again. I certainly will leave if they will wipe. The only YouTuber for this game, I will be, you know, leaving and not making any videos on it. Anyways, this is the latest of the dungeon leveling drama. It's interesting to say the least. I'm very interested in seeing what they can come up with. Do they have the development capabilities of holding up to the hype of dungeon leveling on its own, or, you know, having the standards as they did before? If they really say what's going to happen, then sure. Again, if Kemuro is so stupid and lets himself scammed by this, then they deserve it. That's what I think. There's a sticky bot message now. Let's get things straight. A wipe is not happening. That is good. That's very nice. So they're talking about it already. Cross trading is an instant ban. It was the same as before, so that's okay. If you have issues, DM an admin and wait. Other than that, enjoy the game and feel free to leave suggestions while we work on making the game and community better. I mean, the stuff that they are saying, and there's multiple developers, there's multiple admins in there as well. There's Carson, there's DV, there's Revival now, which is new, and Alexander. So let's see. It's weird. The whole situation is weird. It's a total mess. And if they can get out of that mess, then we might actually get something better than we had before, and that was the development with Kemuro. So let's see. I am interested to see what's going on, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, peace.